1996's Fargo is a subtle and unique picture. The Coen Brothers' hour-and-a-half film about a messy crime in Minnesota captures the heart and culture of the state through dialogue and compelling character arcs. The desolate quality of the Minnesota backdrop serves as a character on its own, pushing back against the people and their elaborate plans. Like many of the Coens' other works, Fargo places its people in challenging circumstances, a diversity of some kind. The indifference of the natural elements to the character's plan mirrors the overall indifference of the world. The importance of a sense of realism can be heard not only in the conversation, but also seen in the simplicity of the cinematography. William H. Macy and Frances McDormand's performances provide an air of sincerity to the script. Every word feels as though it were extemporaneous rather than rigidly prepared. The characters act as if they truly existed before the events of the film, and by the end you feel like they will continue to exist. This is an example of fine storytelling and a masterful script.
Tell me, what is it in your eyes that make you guys original and different? I mean, when we say Coen Brothers, everybody knows exactly what kind of film we're talking about. We know, in a sense, that it's going to have a certain quality to it. What do you think it is, and what is it that makes you different as filmmakers?
Yeah, that's hard to, we're probably the worst people to ask that.
Probably.
As far as we're concerned, what we're trying to do is just something different from what we've done before, so...
Each time out?
Yeah. Just for the sake of variety, just in the interest of keeping life interesting for ourselves.
The sincerity of Fargo is a characteristic which defies so much of what we've become accustomed to in cookie-cutter action films and romantic dramas. For a change, the person on screen is held to a real standard. Like all good writers, Joel and Ethan Coen understand that in order to suspend the disbelief of the audience, you must first cultivate a legitimate motive and paradigm from which to build the framework of the story. This is a scene from the first act of the film. Within the first 15 minutes, we are given character motivation and introduced to the shady people Jerry has trusted with his wife. When you analyze it, you can find all the signposts of uncertainty, a deal gone awry.
Oh no, it's real sound. It's all worked out.
You want your own wife kidnapped?
Yeah.
My point is, you pay the ransom, what, 80,000 bucks? You give us half the ransom, 40,000, you keep half. It's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. It doesn't make any sense.
Here Jerry exhibits signs of hesitation. Watch how his eyes move. He's clearly desperate for money, but the scheme doesn't add up in the eyes of the two criminals. First, they are outwardly frustrated with how late he is for the meeting, but they move forward knowing that they can bend the rules and narrative in their favor. The film takes off from here, pushing ideas of antagonist and protagonist together into a muddy, undesirable situation. The point of Fargo is that none of the characters, excepting Marge Gunderson, are truly good. All have nefarious intentions, so the grayness of the plot calls for a hero. She's not who most people would expect, yet she perseveres to the end. More than anyone else, Marge grounds the story in a way that adds sympathy. We see the entire violent ordeal through her eyes. In some ways, this is a parallel to the sheriff, played by Tommy Lee Jones in No Country for Old Men. The two films are about a decade apart in our world, but they intersect at one place. We find a character smitten by confusion at the seeming senselessness of a crime. The writing offers a look into our own perception of lawlessness.
The crime you see now, it's hard to even take its measure. It's not that I'm afraid of it. I always knew you had to be willing to die to even do this job. But I don't want to push my chips forward and go out and meet something I don't understand.
She's in her, you know, she's extremely simple to figure out. There's not much complicated about Marge.
Despite being uncomplicated, she holds her ground as one of the most relatable characters in cinema. At the core, the Coens' proclivity for anti-cathartic endings makes them superior to almost every other common blockbuster released. And so, as a film student, it continues to be a pleasure to examine their work. I'd like to say thank you so much to everyone who watched this video. I really appreciate you. I appreciate my subscribers deeply. And if you like this video, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of it. Tell me what your thoughts are on this film. Have you seen it? And tap the notification bell in order to keep up on all of my uploads. Thank you so much for watching.